Hey, good morning. Happy New Year, and welcome to another episode of Complex Conversations with your girl, Sonia B. Um, it's been 4 days into the new year, and figure it was time for me to post my first video of the year. Um, so, what complex conversation do I want to talk about today? Well, I read something. And I meant to do this yesterday on Thursday to be a bit of a throwback. But anyway, I read something and it said one of the hardest things in life to learn are which bridges to cross and which bridges to burn. So that brought to mind this phrase that wasn't really new to me, but I just never heard it referred to in this way. And it is a textationship. Now, I've heard of situationships, whether, it pertained to a relationship, kind of, not really, friendships, but a textationship. So my throwback was a story on myself. I didn't realize I was in a textationship. It's amazing the things that you go through when your eyes are wide shut. So a textationship, and I'm going to read, I had to write it down, what this definition was. Is defined as a rectangular relationship that involves you, the object of your affection, and both of your phones, which form a rectangle. So this is a person that you don't necessarily spend any real face-to-face time talking to them or any tangible time. You don't see this person at all. You guys just have a texting relationship. So, how many of you entering into this new year entered in with a lingering textationship? That's my question to you. How many of you are still texting with an individual? Oh, you're making all these promises and these plans about what you're going to do when you get together. You got to hang out sometime, and it just doesn't come to pass. And are you comfortable with this type of relationship because you really don't care for social interaction? I am a self-proclaimed introvert. I don't like it when it's too peoply, when there's too many people around. And I like to limit my contact time with certain individuals. However, if I'm going to enter into a relationship with somebody, whether, we're texting to keep in touch during the day, that's fine. But as long as we're making plans and we're following through with those plans to see each other face to face. But here's a few things for you. So if you're not sure, you don't know what I'm talking about, even if I've given you the definition and an example of the things that you do to maintain a textationship. Here are some things to give you a few signs that you are in a textationship. So sign number one, you have the steamiest sex conversations. So they seem hot and heavy, but there's no real plan for you two to meet and actually put these things into play. You're just typing words. And if anything, you're being used. Or how's this? You're using each other. That's a sign you're in a textationship. Another sign, you're too busy to meet up. One or both of you are too busy to meet up. So you're having these sexting conversations or just regular conversations. But when it comes down to meeting, plans fall through. Or oops, I forgot I had to do XYZ, or there's this sudden emergency at work or home or with your friends. You just have all kinds of excuses to never, ever meet up. So if you're still not sure, one more. They ghost you for any amount of time. So your texting is heavy. You're making plans. You may get even to the day of the plan. And then all of a sudden, you don't hear from this person for days, weeks, hours, sometimes months. Guilty of that. And then my stupid self, I get that knucklehead, hey, hi, text, and I respond. Gotta cut that out. That's a bridge to burn. Don't cross that bridge. So if you're constantly wondering if they're dating other people, this is my last and final warning. If you're constantly wondering why you're texting this person, you don't have time to meet one another, he or she is always too busy, or, You never follow through with your plans, or you or he or she has ghosted you for weeks, days, months, hours at a time, only to pick up with that hey or hi. And in all of this, you start thinking to yourself, are they married or are they in a relationship? 9 times out of 10, they are. Why don't you trust your gut? That's one of the things I've learned to do the most. Trust my gut. Just call a spade a spade. And in my texting relationship, that was the case. Called it early on. And I kept asking the person, why don't you just come clean? Because the one thing I can't stand is a liar. So, especially if I'm calling you on your lie, just come clean. Why don't you just tell me that you're married? Oh, he went on and on about he's not. That's not the case. Oh, I'm working 2 jobs. Whether you're working 2, 3, 4 jobs, and you're single, you make time for the things you want to make time for. So, as a married person, I know my number one thing is I don't have a lot of free time. I can make time, true enough, but there's just not a lot of free time to do things that you shouldn't be doing. So if you're just having this texting conversation with this person, they're not making time for you, and you're catching them in lies, and you think you have any small inkling that they're married or in a relationship. They are. Burn the bridge. Don't cross it. Anyway, leave your comments below to my questions that I posed. Do you know that you're in a texting relationship? Did you carry one of these texting relationships into the new year? If so, are you ready to burn the bridge, or are you still crossing the bridge? Leave your comments below. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. And I'll see you next week for another complex conversation with your girl, Sonia B.